actually will take what we talk about and use it. That's what makes all of it worth it. To see you guys like shine is what makes it worth it.
David, where have you found your most motivation in real estate? Like, what essentially lights you up in the field? Like, is there a certain type of client? Is there a certain type of job? Where do you find fulfillment where you're like, okay, I'm motivated. I now want to do more real estate tomorrow, the next day, things like that. Mm-hmm. Have you found that within the job? Or, because I know you're a family man, do you find that more outside the job?
I think it's a good mix of the both. I think my family is a good a great way for me to kind of like light up my fuel. But I think also through transactions, like helping people who can't close a transaction and then being at the closing table is like, wow, dang, we did this. We did this. That feels really good. I actually think that there was this, I was at closing and I had called Ian. I was like, dude, they just called us about inspection. And they're like, you didn't fix everything that needed to get fixed. And I was like, we didn't. And he was like, was there a clause or was like anything signed that they needed to get that stuff fixed or they wouldn't close? I was like, holy cow, there wasn't, but let me double check. And we were able to close on that property. And it was like, I felt like it was an impossible client almost. Not because they were impossible, but because their situation kind of felt like impossible. Mm-hmm. And I think like helping people out and like, you know, putting the commission check aside and all that stuff, but like really helping people out in their circumstance and their their livelihood, like really helping them out for me is like what fuels my fire. Yeah. So I
think, and any of you can correct me if you think I'm wrong, but a way I would articulate this is, since we're all young and we all have high ambition and we all get fulfillment out of this job, I think what's lost on some of these clients and some of these people, we are helping them through a very large transaction, some of them the largest transaction they're ever going to make and the largest investment they're ever going to make. But the way I look at it a lot of the time is, especially for me being a newer agent, Devin, I'm sure, and I mean, you're still new in this industry compared to a lot of people that do a lot of business. So I think what's lost on a lot of people is we're not just changing your life, you're actually changing our lives too, every single transaction you do with us. That's why we take it seriously. That's why we're passionate.
100%.
You're adding fuel to our fire.
Yeah.
And you are the reason we're passionate about this, because we want to change our lives through real estate. We want to change our lives through our business. Every client helps us get there, and that's why we take it seriously. Mm-hmm. At least that's what I've found in my journey thus far.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that like the people who are really passionate about this business are the people who last the longest in this business. The people who love what they do. I think you had said that earlier. You're was it in our meeting earlier today? You said you're passionate about what you do, or you're obsessed, or you're in love. Oh, sorry. You believe.
All the above.
You believe. You had said. I'm trying to say what you had said. You had said you believe in what you do.
I believe in the products.
Yeah, you believe in what you sell, and like you hold that really firm to your heart. And I think that's another motivational fuel.
Ian and I have discussed this before, and I think it goes unsaid, but we'll say it for everyone in this room again, being as we're young. We have all starved for this business. Yeah. We have all struggled for this business.
Still a little hungry, you know?
But we're still going through it. That's the point is, and Ian knows this, he literally has the word tattooed on him, but that is what passion is. Yeah. Passion is Latin for, suffering.
Yeah.
You have to suffer for what you love, or you're never going to appreciate what comes
100%.
with it and on the other side of it. So every one of us in this room has suffered for this job. We all continue to suffer for this job. We might get good news today, but we've probably got bad news today on a couple other deals. It's going to continue that way, and we will continue to suffer for this job.
Not just deal, but like industry in general, like some really bad news comes out and everyone's like, oh my god, what's going on? Everyone's running crazy, but that's so true.
You've got to have passion for what you do.
And it's crazy. I think that goes along with like life, like with everything, everything. And I think real estate is one of those things where it's crazy you guys say that, because I didn't know that about passion. I like suffering, but you had mentioned it in the beginning. It's like before you reach success, everyone has to pay their dues. Like to some extent, there's a level of like suffering or brokenness that must come before you reach success. and I think to some extent we're all going through that right now. But I think it's worth it if you stay.
Well, to speak on that in a religious standpoint is that's why that movie is called